Fala galera do canal, me chamo Juliano. O vídeo de hoje é extremamente polêmico. O Brasil deu uma carta de crédito para a Nigéria, porém existem pessoas na Nigéria que são contra isso que está acontecendo. É um assunto assim bem mais complexo do que se pensa. Mas já deixe seu like, inscreva-se no nosso canal para ajudar na divulgação e valeu!
Encouraged the newly appointed Brazilian ambassador to Nigeria, Carlos Jose, to make the creation of direct flights between Nigeria and Brazil a top priority and also enhance agriculture. While receiving the letter of credence from the Brazilian ambassador, Nigeria and Brazil ties to enhance agriculture. What do you think? What is your take on foreign collaboration to enhance agriculture?
You know, I've said it time without number that when it comes to Nigerian agriculture, I think our leaders should understand what should be done first. The paramount thing that the agricultural sector needs, especially at this practical point in time where the people are crying for hunger and all of that. There is nothing wrong with collaboration. But when it comes to agriculture in Nigeria, there is something I feel that needs to be done. And believe me, if that area is not properly handled or considered, Nigeria might be making the same mistake. We might be revolving, rigmaroling within, you know, an ambit of obscurity without achieving what we desire or what we were supposed to achieve. How do I mean? Nigeria, our staple food is what? Is crop, yam, gari, right? Maize and all of that. Now the question is, can't these things be grown here? We are yet to maximize our potentials. Nigerian farmers are yet to maximize the space available. We are yet to utilize the space that God has given to us, the arable land. So before we talk about collaboration, there should be an internal structure, formidable one agriculturally, so that once we are doing partnership, we now specify and direct investors and then these foreign partners on area that needs to be developed. We are here to develop our local system, and we have what it takes here in Nigeria to develop the local agriculture. But our leaders keep looking outside. That's just my problem.
So we have what it takes. When you say we have what it takes, what are you referring to?
We have the manpower. We have the technical know-how. We have the land. The major challenge, and we have the money, but though not available to the real farmers. So once the government makes this money available to the real farmer, believe me, Nigerian arable land will be massively cultivated. So for me, that is the first thing we need to do. Okay,
do we really have the technical know-how?
We do. We do. We have what it takes to develop agriculture fundamentally here in Nigeria. The reason I am not so much interested, or I don't subscribe to the concept of foreign partnership, I've experienced it. I have seen one particular state. So I don't think it will be different. And that was when I took time to understudy the principle of bringing in foreign investment when the local content has not been developed, has not been properly harnessed. You will end up enriching those foreigners. Unknowing to you, you will indirectly be growing their economy. Because some of the things you need to do, you haven't done them. So they will take advantage of you, and then indirectly you will be developing the economy. So what I think our government should be doing at this particular point in time is to ensure that agriculture at the local level, at the grassroots, is harnessed and greatly increased. Let's also increase production. Let's enhance production and productivity in Nigeria. Once that is done, we can now begin to talk about technologies. Of course, if you're bringing in foreigners and foreign investors, it is advanced technology where we should be talking about at that level. We shouldn't be talking on how to grow cassava. We already have the technology.
Yes, I was going to ask you, how advanced is agriculture in Nigeria? Because since you're talking, it seemed like at first, but you just corrected, you just brought that understanding now. But at first it seemed like you were totally against that international partnership.
No, not at all. Not at all. But there is something that needed to be done, and that is developing the local agriculture. I cited a particular example in course of my analysis. I said we have lands in Nigeria, arable land, massive land. that are yet to be developed. And I also brought the issue of our staple food, which has to do with cassava, right? Yam, potato, all of that. These particular subsectors are yet to be developed. Majorly, there is no household in Nigeria that doesn't consume gari, yam, maize, potato. No household in Nigeria. Now, how developed have we been able to, work on this area? How have we developed these subsectors? So that is what our state government, federal government, local government should be targeting when it comes to agriculture. It's not all about investment, bringing in foreign. No, if we're bringing in foreign, if we want to do foreign collaboration, that should be on an advanced basis. For instance, we have been able to make judicious use of our land. Then we are having issues of processing. We are having issues of storage. The federal government talked about improving our dairy subsector. That's milk production, right? Cattle, that's livestock. How many are we producing? The farmers that are into that particular sector, have they maximized their potentials in that area? Have they been empowered enough that we now need, they have gotten to their saturation point and we need the external force to upgrade what they are doing? For instance, in my area, I have space to farm, but there is no capital to secure the place I have to farm. So if you're talking about partnership, that is not what an average Nigerian farmer is looking at. So let it not be that our government is only looking for a way to make a foreign name, and then locally the people are dying. But
when we talk about agriculture, a lot of times when we hear that the government is sponsoring or partnering or doing anything as regards advancing agriculture, what we used to see is, or what we used to hear is, giving out farmlands or giving out loans for startups, giving out seedlings and all of those things. But how much attention are we paying to processing?
Yeah, that's where advanced technology comes in, and that's the area we should be talking of partnership.
Before advanced technology and partnership, right, with the technology that you have said that we have, and the knowledge, the manpower that we have on ground, have we really utilized that first off in advancing processing as regards agriculture in Nigeria?
Yeah, to a larger extent. Once you dive into processing, it requires fund. It requires capital. I can still recall one fish farm that I once worked with. Locally, we fabricated fish dryer. Even if it has, some limitation, but we're able to curb that problem of the high level of perishability when it comes to
fish.
Fresh fish. Locally, we're able to handle that. So I must tell you that Nigerians, we have, in the agricultural sector, we have the technology that is required. We have the skill that is required to process to a certain level. But it is not at this point that the local production, the first line of production has not been fully maximized. We should not be talking much on processing, because we are yet to even, for instance, if you go to where they sell catfish, you discover that the buyers, the demand for catfish is high.
Yes.
The demand for gari is high. The demand for potato is high. Nigerian problem is hunger. And it is our staple food that, has the capacity to address that issue of hunger.
Well, how do we process something that has not fed the nation yet?
Good.
How do we even talk about export?
That's the point. You can't talk about export until you are at least to an extent satisfied with what you're doing. You can handle, even if not 100%, but 80 to 90% by my own assertion or perception now of the needs of your immediate environment. Then you can begin to talk about export. But believe me, Nigerian, for now, I don't see us having need of doing much on exportation when it comes to agricultural produce. If we must export, then it should be those perishable goods, but our staple food. We have not even produced enough.
Então, para pimentar um pouco mais a discussão, eu descobri que em 2005 o Brasil perdeu uma dívida da Nigéria de 85 milhões de dólares. Ele voltou a perdoar a dívida de países africanos em 2013 em torno de 900 milhões de dólares. Eu não consegui verificar se a Nigéria estava entre eles, mas acredito que não. Em contrapartida, em 2023, o balanço comercial entre Brasil e Nigéria foi de aproximadamente 2 bilhões de dólares, com superávit por parte do Brasil de 250 milhões. Ou seja, essa relação comercial entre Brasil e Nigéria não é de hoje, e fica claro que o Brasil quer deixar a sua marca lá na região, ele quer meio que tomar de conta um pouco disso tudo, até porque em 2019 o Brasil fechou uma espécie de pré-acordo de um investimento de 1,1 bilhão de reais, de um porto e também de incentivos agrícolas. Ou seja, essa situação não é de hoje, existem pessoas que podem concordar ou discordar, e o vídeo foi esse. Espero que tenham gostado, deixe seu like, inscreva-se no nosso canal para ajudar na divulgação e valeu!